They say in hockey that your goaltender needs to steal you a game or two here and there. And with this Leafs offense, the way they've kind of been struggling, other than the game against the Pittsburgh Penguins scoring 5 goals was great, but other than that, they've been really struggling offensively, especially in the first and second period, and then they come on third, and it's a little too late at that point. But today, your goaltender stole you this game. Freddie Andersen was incredible. 1 goal on 37 shots, and he picks up the victory as the Leafs beat the Vegas Golden Knights 3-1, technically 2-1 with the empty netter, and have now won 2 straight games. They're now 10-5, and they're kind of getting some mojo here. And did the Leafs get some luck with the post? Absolutely. But when Freddie is playing well, when your goaltender is playing well, he'll get some luck here and there. That is sports, period, guys. When you're playing well, the bounces go your way. When you're not, they don't. Look at Vegas. They have had a tough time scoring, and it showed again tonight. But Freddie did make some incredible saves in this one, and we'll get to him in a little bit here. But like I said off the top, the offense, other than that game against Pittsburgh, had been really struggling. Now, first period, 5:30 into the game. The Leafs try kind of dump it into the zone, just gets past the blue line, knocked down by their defenseman. Parlinum comes in and with one hand on a stick, kind of like chops at it. Chops it ahead to their defenseman, so it really doesn't do too much. But Connor Brown kind of gets behind their defenseman, lifts his stick, picks the puck up, and just turns and fires it, and beats Marc-Andre Fleury. Leafs lead 1-0, 5:30 into the game, unassisted. They didn't give an assist to Par Lindholm because their player had possession, which kind of sucks. But a hard-working play by Par Lindholm to even get the puck up there to their defenseman to get it to Connor Brown. Very weird play, but the Leafs are on the board. It's 1-0 early. That's what you want to see. The 5-0 game against Pittsburgh, and within the first 6 minutes, you've already got a 1-0 lead. That's beautiful. And Frederik Andersen has a shutout streak going right now. He goes shutout. I guess he gets a shutout in that first period. And it's now 4 periods of a shutout hockey for Frederik Andersen. Great job there. 9 seconds into the second period. Face-off win by John Tavares back to the Leafs defenseman. Not sure who it was, Riley or somebody. I think it was Riley or Zaitsev maybe. They get the puck cross-ice to Zach Hyman, who kind of chips it, but gets hit as well. I don't know, some kind of greasy play, but that's just Zach Hyman in a nutshell. Gets the puck to John Tavares, a little pass to Mitch Marner, kind of uses the defenseman as a screen because he beats Marc-Andre Fleury, clean blocker side. Leafs got the lead 2-0, 9 seconds in. And Marner from Tavares and Zach Hyman. Leafs got the 2-0 lead, not even 10 seconds in to the second period. This is going beautifully. Now, at the end of the first period, guys, Leafs were losing in shots 13-8. But as we've noticed over the years, when the Leafs get outshot, they find ways to win. But then they outshoot teams, and they lose. Have you guys noticed that? You know, against, I think it was Dallas, or was it against, I forgot who it was. They outshot them like crazy, but somehow we can't score. Right? But then today, you only had 21 shots, but you get the 2 goals. Freddie Andersen faces 37, gives up 1, and you get the win. Interesting. Now, speaking of that 1 goal given up, 11:22 into the second period, Cody Eakin tips in a Shea Theodore point shot, and it goes past Freddie Andersen. Nothing he can really do about that. It is 2-1, and his shutout streak is done at like 4.5 periods. Pretty darn good for Frederik Andersen, but the lead is cut in half. It is 2-1. Now, I'm not sure if it was early in the third or late. I'm pretty sure it was early third period. Patrick Marleau runs into Erik Haula into the boards. Haula goes down awkwardly, and you watch the replay, and that right ankle, oh boy. He doesn't get up. They got to stretcher him off the ice. You never want to see that. I don't care if it's Vegas. I don't care if it's Montreal. You never want to see a player go down in that type of injury. Imagine if it's you. What are you thinking in that moment? Is my career over? How bad is it? Am I going to be back on the ice in a couple days? I don't know. But all the power to Erik Haula, and hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully he's back on the ice soon. If not, a speedy recovery, and he hopefully gets back into hockey and back with the Vegas Golden Knights as soon as possible. Because you never want to see that. And you see Patrick Marleau on the bench just looking at him like, oh my God. Because the intent wasn't to do that. But it was just, it happened. And it's tough to see. But like I said, guys, all the power to Erik Haula. Prayers to Eric Howlaw and the speedy recovery. Hopefully it's not too as bad as we think, but the way it looked and the way he acted and a stretcher, it doesn't look too good. So that's that, guys. And third period, that could have fired some momentum for them, and they really do get some juices flying. Guys, in that second period, yes, the Leafs had the 2-1 lead, and the goals were split 1 apiece, but the Leafs got outshot 16-8, and they just got outplayed, outclassed, and really just didn't look all that great. Third period rolls around. At one point, it's 6-1 shots in favor of Vegas. The Leafs get one shot in a matter of 11 minutes. That's not what you want to see, especially when you're protecting a 1-goal lead. You want to get as much offense as possible to try and build on that. But Frederik Andersen, being a brick wall back there, making big save after big save, hangs his team in there, and with 19:25 in to the third period, 35 seconds left, Nazem Kadri pots in his 4th of the year. Connor Brown, Patrick Marleau grab assists on the empty netter, and the Leafs win 3-1. I saw. Okay, all right. Let's go through the positives about the game. Yes, the Leafs won 3-1. That's great. That's a positive. They get 2 points. That's a great positive. Third line, I thought was incredible. Par Lindholm, Andreas Johnsson, Connor Brown. Not only did they score the goal, and I'm not just going off of that. They look good. They were getting the puck a lot. They were using their wheels quite often. I thought they were the best line out there. And yeah, Marner, Tavares, and Zach Hyman, I mean, they're just a good line, period. But for that third line, I thought they were really good. I thought they were stellar out there in that game. Not a lot of people are going to be talking about them because there's a lot of other guys to talk about. But I really had an eye on those guys. They looked great. Negatives? How many icings were in this game? At one point, I think the Leafs had 8 icings in the third period alone. And I'm like, am I watching replay or is this actually happening? Mike Babcock clearly is not going to like that. He hates when people ice the puck. And it happened at a ridiculous rate in the game. That's something they want to clean up. Right? Other than that, and the onslaught of shots on Freddie and quite a few quality chances, they won the game. And that's what matters. The 2 points in the end in a regular season game, that's really all that matters. Next up for the Buds, though, they don't play till Friday, so they get a couple days off. They get Wednesday and Thursday off before they take on New Jersey on Friday. Weird that this team actually plays on a Friday night. Corey Schneider and Frederik Andersen, the expected starters, which is interesting. Keith Kincaid has been starting a lot for the Devils. I don't know if Corey Schneider was hurt quite a bit this year. He's only played 2 games. But I actually think he was injured for most of the year. The Devils have had a really rough start to their season, though. They're losing right now to Ottawa. And they look to go under 500 with the loss here, or no, be 500, 6-6-1 with a loss here today. So a winnable game there. And then on a back-to-back, you got to go to Boston to take on the Bruins. And they don't play on Friday. They play on Thursday in Boston. So they're going to be sitting at home for quite a while as the Buds are at home and then on the road. So it's going to be a tough one there on Saturday night against the Bruins. But Garrett Sparks is probably going to be taking that game against the Bruins as well. He always plays the second half of a back-to-back. Freddie Andersen will obviously do the first. If you're looking at matchups, I mean, Garrett Sparks should probably play the first one, but I don't know. Mike Babcock has his ways, and he's probably going to do what I just said. Andersen is probably going to start against the Devils, and you'll see Sparks against the Bruins, which I'm not too sure how I feel about that, but we're going to have to wait and see how that all goes, all right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed the victory today, smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. What'd you think of the game today? What was your thoughts on this game? The positives, the negatives, also your MVP. I mean, I think it's clear as day. Frederik Andersen is obviously my MVP. I assume he's mostly yours. By the way, everybody, I know Montreal has had a great start to the season, but they choke against the New York Rangers. They were up 3-1. They lose 5-3. So if you want to, Leafs win and they blow a lead. So there you go. But comment down below, guys, what you thought of the game. Who's your MVP? What your expectations are for this weekend set, back-to-back, Jersey and Boston. I want to hear what you guys have to say. And Evan and I will talk to you guys. It's probably going to be, I'm almost 100% sure it's going to be Saturday night podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition tomorrow as they wrap up their road trip in Sacramento, taking on the Kings. The Raptors look to sweep that road set, that 4-game road trip, which would be incredible, and win their 5th straight game. Kawhi Leonard is probably going to be back in that game tomorrow, I would assume. But it's a 10 o'clock tip-off there in Sacramento. Last late game, people, thank goodness. And as for the Buds, guys, like we said, Friday night, the Leafs welcome in the New Jersey Devils and look to even... Oh, my God, I slapped my phone, almost fell on the floor. The Leafs look to go 500 at home to even the record at 5-5 at Scotiabank Arena. All right, Corey Schneider, Frederik Andersen, the expected starters in that game on Friday night, 7 o'clock puck drop. The Buds look for their 3rd straight victory, and they look for a complete victory against they're going to be a good team, the New Jersey Devils, on Friday night. We'll talk to you guys then.